because then you have, because it says Aaron and his sons. Of course, that falls down to Eleazar and Ithamar as the two, because the other two tried to present false fire to God, and they got wiped out, and there was a reason for that, because they weren't to be in there to begin with. Because God says only the high priest, and of course Moses at that time to go in. Right. And of course you had the three sons. And you know, what gets people is that they come over, but God still says, you know what, they're going to do the work of the temple. And if you go into Numbers 18, you can see the breakdown. It says, and it goes there, the tribe of Levi, along with yourself, to do the work together at the tent of meetings. They are at your disposal. So they were there for the Cohen, and they would do the work of the Cohen. So Kohath, who is mentioned first, and then Gershom, and then you had Merari. Kohath was outside the temple by the altars and stuff, so they would be cleaning up. You know, it wasn't going to be a pretty job for them guys. They cleaned up the blood, they cleaned up the ashes from underneath, although that wouldn't be, you know, to us, you know, we think it would probably be a pretty good duty. It's probably pretty heavy duty back then.
Oh yeah, sure.
A lot of the stuff, getting the wood, getting everything in. And then when the time come, you had to tear down the tent of meetings. And then that would fall on to Gershom. And then that would fall on to, of course, and then the outside would be Merari, who would carry all the heavy equipment, the sockets and stuff like that. So it wasn't an easy job at all.
Easy, it was an awesome responsibility.
That's what God said.
They had to do it right the first time.
That's where, yeah.
They could.
Remember what happened with.
They couldn't look at that.
Right. Remember what happened with Korach when he challenged Moshe. So God took 250 of them right there. On the spot. So these guys weren't going to challenge, although some of them may not have thought it was a good duty. That's why they did it from the age of 30 to 50. You know, at 25 they were brought in, 5-year apprenticeship. At 30 they did their work. 30 to 50, so it had to have been pretty hard labor. Because then after that they were to teach. Okay.
Sure they had long hours too.
Very long. But they worked, I believe it was a week at a time. And then another clan would take over. But it would be a week at a time inside the temple.
During the shift too, there was no sleeping.
No, they worked pretty hard.
Not go to sleep.
Yeah, they worked pretty hard. But anyway, what I wanted to show you with the tribe of Levi is the fact that they had the Lamed, they had the Vav, and the Yed. Okay, which the shepherd, the tent peg, and the arm and the hand extended. And as we look at it, we will see that the shepherd, who we call teacher to us, which would be Yeshua, is going to be the anchor, which is the tent peg. And the tent peg, to me, a lot of people, you got it. The tent peg is probably one of the strongest things that's in the Word, because without the tent peg, nothing can stand. Because it represents not only the tabernacles.
First day, to blow away.
It's just, it won't, it's the Word of God.
Stability.
It's anchored. If you're anchored, then you're okay. That includes the temple. It includes the priests that are in the temple. If they aren't doing it the right way, God says, you know, don't let anybody come before me that's not brought before me, because they'll die.
Severe consequences.
Severe consequences. And of course we have we call it the right hand of God, and they represent worship. Now when you put them together, you will come up with, I think, one of the strongest things that's stated is the fact that the Lamed represents 30. And Yeshua started his ministry at 30. He was in the flesh, and he brought the 10 declarations before the people. And he was the 10 declarations. Okay? Now, I do a little penny here. This is one of them things where a lot of people get into numbers. You see a lot of numbers this weekend. Represents 46. Of course, again, that's going to break down into 10, which stands for worship, 10 declarations. But if you bring them down here, 4, we know is creation. And 6 is flesh. And if we remember, and we recognize it, everything God created is Adam was flesh, Yeshua was flesh. So his creation is flesh. And I think he decided back when he made Adam, that the way to get to the people and to try to get to the people's heart is to come in flesh. He tried it spiritually. He tried to get them to come to him on the mountain.
Creation is 10?
No,
Oh,
4. It comes out to 10 again. There's 10 all the way through Levi. No matter, just about every way that you represent it, you're going to end up with 10, which brings you to the 10 declarations. Yeah, and it'll boil down to one, which is God Himself. And you can, of course, you can bring the 0 in, which is His eternal kingdom, which is unending. There's no number for it.